Hello, everybody, and welcome to Jabberwocky Bricks. I'm Benji, and today I will be telling you about what I plan for the future of Brickland. I'll be telling you about projects and just big things in general I want in my city. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around because it's coming up. So, first thing on my list is to get a Lego table. So, people that have already been watching this video might wonder why I need a Lego table if I already have so many. And why I have this on my list is because I want a big Lego table, one that I can fit all my Legos on. The next thing that I have on my list is to make the fire station wall. So, if you've seen my first video, you know that I'm working on a fire station walk right now using the Creator Winter Village Fire Station. That is a very nice set in my opinion, but I think it could use some improvement. The next thing on my list is get the police station. The police station is a modular set coming out in 2021. I plan to get this set because I am just trying to collect all the modulars because I think they all look good. The next thing on my list is to get Palace Cinema. Palace Cinema is another modular building, although it was retired a long time ago. This makes it more expensive, but I will never stop until I get it. The next thing on my list is to get Brickbank. The next couple of these are all retired modular buildings, but I still hope to get them even though they are expensive. I have Brickbank, like I already said, Palace Cinema, like I already said, Town Hall, Parisian Restaurant, Detective's Office, and Grand Emporium. These are all, like I said before, retired modular sets. The next thing on my list is to convert to the Mills road plate system. The Mills road plate system is a road plate system like in their name. Mills stands for Modular Integrated Landscaping System. It is a way of making a road or just a landscape in general, and it makes it look very nice, and it allows for wiring underneath. The next thing on my list is to get the detective's office. To make the Assembly Square mock. Assembly Square is a set, like a lot of LEGO fans know. It came out in 2017, I believe, and it's a very nice set. I like it, but I feel like if it was bigger, it would look even better. That's why I plan to get one or even two more and make a giant, just a giant building. Instead of being 3 floors, you can make it 4 or even 5 floors. That's all for that. The next couple are like this, like the Assembly Square mocks based off a Lego set that's already come out. Most of them are modulars. In fact, I think all of them are. The next one is Brickbank mock. Brickbank, I mentioned before, is a set I want to get, but it's big, but not that big. It's only 2 floors. So what I plan to do is not quite get a bunch of brick banks because they are very expensive because they are retired. But I just plan to get the pieces and make it look like a giant version of the brick bank. Maybe 5, 7 floors and 3, maybe even 4 base plates that it takes up. The next thing on my list is to make the corner garage mock. The corner garage is a modular set, like I mentioned before. It is a garage, as implied, and it has a vet and a apartment building as well, or a apartment, not an apartment building. It's a very nice set. I do like it, and I just plan to make it bigger. Get another one, make it bigger. I'll try and make it so it can fit more cars inside the garage section, make the vet bigger, make multiple rooms, and maybe make a second apartment on top. The next thing on my list is to make the police station mock. The police station, as I mentioned before, it's a set coming out in 2021. Now, it's a very nice set, but I think it would look even better if it was bigger. and the two small businesses on the side. If they were bigger as well, I think that would also look good. The next thing on my list is to make the Grand Emporium Walk. The Grand Emporium was on my list of buildings to get before, and it's just a shopping center. And shopping centers are very ideal things to have in your city, because where are your people going to buy clothes and toys if there's no shop? Of course, they could always order it from Amazon, but like, come on, support local businesses. The next thing on my list is to get is to make a Grand Train Station mock. The Grand Train Station mock it's not based off any set in particular. It would just be a very big train station, the central train station of Brickland. It would take up a lot of room. I've gotten inspiration from watching a lot of other videos and seeing a lot of other pictures. I'll put some links in the description of videos that show off amazing train stations. The next thing would be to make an underground train system. The underground train system I would basically just put another table underneath the table I have, so I could run an underground subway system with maybe 2 or 3 stops on the way going through it. Stations, yeah, that's the word. The next thing that I would want to build is to make an apartment building mock. Some people might be wondering why I can't just use a set. Lego makes a lot of apartment buildings and sets, even if it has a business on the first floor. It's because there are a lot of people in towns, and those sets usually only come with 1 apartment, maybe 2 at max. And I need a lot of apartments, 10, 20 maybe. So I am planning to build a very big building. It would be maybe one of the most ambitious projects so far in this. But if I could get it done, I think it would bring a lot more life to the city and make it seem a lot more realistic. The next thing on my list is to make an office building mock. The office building mock would probably be around the same size as the apartment building mock, but instead of having, apartments inside of it, it would have like desks and offices and computers and the all-important coffee machines. The next thing on our list is to make the airport mock. An airport is something that is in most big cities. They are ideal ways to travel from one place to another. Planes are very quick, and they are very reliable as well. Airports also look very good in Lego cities, especially if you build a good-looking airport. Again, I'll leave some links in the description. The next thing on my list is to make a parking garage mock. A parking garage is something that is good for all cities to have. It allows more parking space, so you don't have to park on the street, and I don't even think there'll be much room on the street to park. And it is also just a nice looking building in general if you manage to make it look nice. Any building, you can make it look bad if you try, but to make it nice, that's the one that's hard to do. The next thing on my list is to make a hospital mock. I feel like a lot of big cities, or even small cities, even just towns, have hospitals. Hospitals are very important places where you can get healed if you have a injury or sickness. So I would like to put one of these in so my people aren't just stumbling around with broken legs. The next thing on my list would be to make a hotel mock. Hotels are buildings in towns that allow people visiting from out of town to have a place to stay. I feel like this is a important thing that's in all cities, and so I need one for my city. I might base it off the top floor of Corner Cafe, the first modular ever to come out. It had a hotel on the top 2 floors. I might base it off that. I might just make it look like a whole new thing, but that is what I am planning for that thing. The next thing on my list, number 24, is to make a post office mock. A post office is just an ideal thing to have in all cities. It allows you to communicate from one place to the other, or even deliver packages from one place to another. I don't know how big I'd make this. I think it wouldn't be that big, no more than 2 floors. I might make apartments on top of it though, and it would take up maybe one base plate. The next thing I have on my list is to make a Mills Park. By Mills, I just mean a park that, fits in with all the other road plates I've made. And I would probably make a pretty big park because I really do like parks. They look really good in Lego cities and they take up room if you don't have enough buildings. The next thing on my list is to make a Capitol building. By Capitol building, I mean a place where, like, the president lives. Basically, I'm just saying, let's make a big mansion in the city. Um, the next thing on my list would be to make a Mills Beach. Mills Beach, like the Mills Park, is just a beach that fits in with the road plates. I don't know how big I would want this Mills Beach to be. At least take up a couple base plates and have a nice ocean going out. The next thing on my list is to make a train yard. For the train yard, I would want it to be very big. It says Mills as well, because, like, with the beach and park, I just want it to line up with all the road plates. And I would probably want this train yard to be able to fit at least 5 trains in it, if not more. I would also probably make a area where the trains go when they're not in use. Maybe what is it called? Train hangar? Train garage? I don't know. But one of those to put the trains in when they're not in use. The next thing on my list is to make a second apartment building. I already would have one apartment building and probably other apartments on top of businesses, but I would like there to be another one because there are a lot of people in towns and a lot of people need a lot of homes, so I need to make a lot of apartments. The next thing on my list is to make a nuclear power plant. I don't know, this seems like a very ambitious project because nuclear power plants are big. I might just make a normal power plant, or, like, fossil fuel power plant, or maybe just a solar field or a wind field. I don't know yet, but what I should have just wrote is to make a power plant. Number 31 on our list is to make the farmer's market mock. The farmer's market is just another alternative place to get food from besides my grocery store. It would be pretty big. I would make more stands at it, and it would overall probably have more food variety. The next thing on our list is to make a restaurant mock. I would already have the Parisian restaurant, but I would like there to be another restaurant so it's not just Parisian food and stuff you cook at your home. I would want there to be, I don't know, maybe it could be an Italian restaurant, or maybe it could be a Chinese restaurant or a Mexican restaurant. I'm not sure yet. I will decide what type of restaurant I want it to be when I get there. The next thing I want is to make a factory. I feel like a factory is a very essential place in a lot of towns. It offers jobs, and it's where things are created. And I feel like this would make the town look more realistic. I would probably have the factory be 4 base plates. Maybe even bigger. I'm not quite sure yet for it. The next thing on my list, second to last, don't worry guys, is to make a Mills highway mock. Again, Mills just so it lines up with all the other road plates. But the highway mock would be a pretty wide highway. I would want it to be at least 4 lanes wide, so it actually looks realistic. And I would have it leading out of the city. I wouldn't have an end to it, because real highways go on for thousands of miles sometimes. The next thing on my list is to make, or the last thing on my list even, is to light up the city. What I mean by this is just to put lights in all the buildings, so when you turn off your main lights and turn those lights on, the town looks beautiful. It looks like a real town at night. What I forgot to mention on this list is I would like to make a residential zone in my city. Just houses, probably a lot of them. And I would probably have that tucked away, maybe over a bridge crossing a river, and then when you cross that bridge, you get to the residential zone. A tucked away kind of place, away from the hustle bustle of the big city. I'm not quite sure how many houses I would want to it, or how much space it would take up. I'll make other videos going over some of these other buildings in more detail that I would like to make. Uh, that, but that is all I have. That is everything on the list and everything I hope to build in my city for now. That is all for today, guys. Thank you for coming to Jabberwocky Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. Later.